This is the first thing I'm cooking in the new kitchen. And I have wanted chicken cutlets for so long, so I'm making it today. So these are pretty small breasts. That's okay. They look pretty well clean though. All right, so I'm just gonna butterfly them. Basically just cut them in half, fold them over, like that. Put a little piece of plastic wrap on top, and then pound it with something. Normally I would pound this so thin, but for what I'm trying to do today, I'm not gonna do it too thin. Something like that's cool. I'll clean up and sanitize, then we'll bread. So I just have my standard breading procedure all laid out. So I have my chicken, flour, egg wash, breadcrumb, and then my finishing tray. And I have some plastic wrap ready to go as well. This is always going to be my standard setup when I'm just doing Western style normal breading. The only thing I need to do is just season this up. Typically for this kind of thing, I'd probably season with some garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, kind of going Italian a little bit, maybe lemon zest. I don't have any of that, so I'm not going to use it. But I will do salt everywhere. Flour, egg, and breadcrumb. You can season it pretty aggressively too. There's no seasoning on the chicken, so I want this to be pretty seasoned. I have some mushroom seasoning, or you could use chicken bouillon or MSG or none of it. I'm gonna put that everywhere too, why not? Some black pepper. And I found something called grated cheese powder. Hopefully that's Parmesan-esque. Yeah, it is. That'll work. I'm gonna put some of this in the breadcrumb. I'll just give all these a quick mix. Mix the seasoning up in there. All right, so now we'll just go through the process. Grab a chicken breast into the flour. And try to keep one hand clean. Get all the flour off. Into the egg. All right, quick dip. And then right in the breadcrumb. Okay. Make sure this is nicely coated. If I was going to fry these right away, I could just fry them. But if I'm not, I could stack them on a plate layered with plastic wrap until I'm ready to go. And I want to have an easy dinner, so I'm getting everything ready ahead of time. All right, so let's do all the chicken. Okay, so I got everything breaded here, covered with plastic wrap, and then I can just fry this whenever I'm ready for dinner. I could do this a day or two ahead if I wanted to as well. Just make sure it's covered, has a good enough breading, you're gonna let it sit. To me, I'm going for like grandma style whipped potatoes. That means I'm peeling the potatoes and dicing them.
Are we making boiled potatoes?
I'm making a whipped potato.
Whipped potato?
In my potato water to season, I'm going to use a shallot and some garlic. I'll do some salt in here. I can just let this hang out until like an hour before dinner. I'll cook it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just slice this garlic as thin as I can. I also got 2 shallots. I'll peel these and mince them. All right, so here's the interesting part. I'm kind of craving Western. I'm cooking for Vietnamese, so I'm kind of making a sauce that brings it all together. So some honey. I don't know how much. Let's start there, like 3 tablespoons around there. I'm gonna do some mayonnaise, like a tablespoon maybe. Let's mix that together first. This is like the honey mustard territory. A wrong mustard, but it's what I have, so I'm using it. Like, what's that, 2 tablespoons? I'm going to go a little bit of that chopped garlic, a little bit of that chopped shallot. I'm going to go a splash of water. Okay, still a little sweet. I'm going to do some apple vinegar, a teaspoon or something. I'm going to go a little bit of fish sauce. I could just do salt if you didn't want to do that, but I'm going to bridge the gap here. Now it's pretty good. Yeah, a little bit more mayo. Adding that mayo later. It's hard to mix in. I got to use a frother, but that'll work. But there we go. Now we got like the flavor profile of Western, but the sauce texture of like a nuc cham or Vietnamese fish sauce dressing. So that's cool. Well, it's tomorrow now. I had a kidney stone yesterday, so I couldn't finish this. So today we're gonna cook the chicken. I still got it, but it's not so bad right now. I got my potatoes on the stove. My chicken's ready to fry. I got some blanched green beans with the shallot and garlic from yesterday, some washed lettuce, and then that mustard dressing. For the chicken, I got a little bit of oil. This is actually salmon oil, but it doesn't smell like salmon. It's just better than vegetable oil. And I got some olive oil too. I'm gonna cut it half and half. I don't have a big pan here, so hopefully I'll cook one breast, put it to the side, and then the potatoes will be ready and I'll be cooking the second breast at the same time. So we're gonna have to make it work. And then I'll fry the green beans at some point too. But they're blanched already, so it'll be fast. I'm going to remove the onions though, or the shallot. I'll get these back on the stove, keep the lid off and get the moisture or steam out. All right, now I got all the chicken fried off. Depending when everyone's ready, I can reheat, oh, that's hot. I can reheat the chicken in the air fryer or maybe they'll be ready right away, but let's get the mash done. All right, I'll get my green bean pan on with some olive oil. And some butter. I'll throw all that garlic in and all that shallot and just get this on low heat and just start sweating these out. Oh, my body. Oh, my back hurts. Okay. As I said, I'm going for grandma style whipped potatoes because that's what I like. So some milk. Not too much. I always put too much. Do a good plop of butter. I can't make whipped grandma style without the whipped grandma, or without the grandma whipper. It's hard. My natural instincts are to just load this thing up with butter, but I know that's not the good way to go. I need a little bit more. I'm gonna go butter, milk, salt. More. A little bit more butter. A little more milk. A bit more salt. I wish I had some white pepper. Okay, that's good now. So the green beans are already cooked already, and so I just want to get, once this garlic and shallot are slightly toasted, I could throw them in there and just toss them real quick. Easy. We were like, there's. Yeah. Just tell me what it is, if it's good or not.
I'll tell you one thing is good, so that's true. It's hot.
You don't know what it tastes like? You drop it.
Salty fish or salty like cheese fish? Salty like cheese chicken. Huh? What is this?
Remember the chicken I made yesterday? That's what it is. That look good, Liam? Nu må jeg sauce om det. Some people might like the sesame better, I don't know. Liam liked this sauce a lot yesterday.
Can I have more chicken? I like the sauce.
Huh?
I like the sauce.
That sauce is good. The honey mustard is good.
Oh, these beans are really good.
Yeah, beans are good, yeah.
Yeah.